Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video I want to talk about the Gallo SA12 best class setup because there's a couple ways to run it, I realize now, and neither one is really better than the other. So in case you guys were wondering from my previous videos, this is what my double shotgun class setup looks like. Well, no, this is what it looks like right here. There's actually a glitch I've noticed, like right here. It says I have paranoia equipped, but I cannot select any other perk on this class. It says paranoia, there's no emblem. And I cannot change. It says there's nothing selected, and yeah, so there's a glitch on that one, which is why I remade it right here. And I really wish I could run tac mask on it, because tac mask and flak jacket are pretty much a must in this game, but I gotta sacrifice one for the other. But anyway, onto the SA12 here, the Spaz 12, whatever you want to call it. This is how I run it. I have the Duckbill choke, and recently Hummus Thunder suggested to me to run the agency choke. I'm not a big fan of it. Shotguns aren't usually made for ADSing, and that's really the only benefit to this class. It decreases your sprint to fire time and your effective damage range by 18%, and I just find the Duckbill choke to be the best. Tightened up your pellet spread a little bit like the Duckbill choke does. I would probably run that, but this is the only one we got, and it only tightens your spread vertically, which is okay. I still find it pretty useful. I actually kind of like having the wider horizontal spread because you can actually shoot two enemies at once. Whereas if it was tighter both ways, it would be a lot harder to hit people. Granted, it would do a little bit more damage. But now onto the barrel. This is where things can vary. Now, there's two barrels I really like. This is the reinforced heavy, and this increases your effective damage range to a not so noticeable range, but it increases your fire rate, which is definitely noticeable. It increases it by 16%. It's definitely noticeable. And when I run this second barrel, the task force, I can definitely tell. Oh, it looks like they fixed it. So it used to say 181% damage increase, but I guess they fixed it. It's 81% now. Unless that's just a glitch that sometimes happens. But yesterday it was saying 181%, and we were like, that isn't right. But anyway, the reason it's kind of a toss-up between these two barrels is because this one obviously gives you a higher fire rate, whereas this one increases your damage. And this barrel here gives it the potential to one-shot kill. It's actually a better one-shot kill than the Hauer, but we're going to get to that gun next because that gun is a whole other can of worms. But from my experience with the Hauer and the Gallo, this is actually the better one-shot kill weapon if you have this barrel on. Granted, your one-shot kill range is only about 5 meters, but nevertheless, it's pretty good. But the only downside is if they are at a range where it takes 2 shots to kill them, you're sacrificing that increased fire rate and that time to kill for the potential to have the one shot. So I really kind of flip-flop between these two barrels. There's many times where I need to hit a second shot and I can't, and I die because of this barrel. And there's many times when I would really like to have a one-shot kill at point-blank range with this barrel and I don't get it. So those are the two barrels and the toss-up between the two. Now for the laser, I run the 5 milliwatt laser just because it increases the hip fire accuracy the most. It decreases your ADS time, but that really does not matter. And a lot of these other attachments are just plain useless. Like reveal distance, who cares, it's a shotgun. Reveal distance and hip fire accuracy, but with a decrease to sprint to fire time, so I don't run that one. 60% reveal distance, I really don't understand what is with these barrels and their reveal distance. Like, I believe that's the distance you see their name above their head, so it's literally useless for a shotgun. 20% reveal distance, just a bunch of useless attachments. Then the magazine, you gotta have the 12 round mag. There's no attachment that increases your time to reload on this gun. I really wish there was, because then it would actually be pretty balanced. I still think it's slightly underpowered because you can only get 1 or 2 kills with it before you have to sit in a corner for 30 full seconds and reload. But you might as well have the 3 extra rounds over the 9 round tube, and it's definitely a lot more ammo than the 6 or 7 that you start with without either of these. So that's just a must. That's just a must attachment if you're going to main this thing. If it's a sidearm and you're running it as a secondary, you may not need that. But if you're kind of running it as a primary, can't go without it. Now the handles are all pretty much useless as well. ADS time, like I said, useless on a shotgun. Flinch resistance, useless on a shotgun when you're up close in their face. 90% flinch resistance, once again useless. ADS flinch, ADS, and ADS and flinch. So all those are completely and utterly useless on a shotgun. So what I do is I run the stock, the no stock, just because it buffed the sprint to fire time the most. A lot of these other attachments, not too useful. I mean, you could run the marathon stock, I guess. There's some pretty good things going on there. But I kind of like to keep my hip fire accuracy tight. You could run it though. You could run either one of these. But I definitely wouldn't mess with any of these other ones. And yeah, that's pretty much the breakdown on the Gallo SA12. Like I said, it really comes down to the barrel that you want. whether you want to go for that one-shot kill, or if you find yourself at ranges where it's more than one shot to kill, 2 or 3 shots, the high fire rate barrel is definitely going to be the better one. And yeah, maybe in my next video, sometime soon, we'll go over the Hauer. I'm pretty close to having it level max. I haven't messed with most of the attachments on it, because so far, in my opinion, the Gallo just outclasses it in every way, especially with that one-shot attachment. So this is my primary, and I really only pull the Hauer out when I need to. But I will get some games in today with the Hauer. I'll grind it out for quite a few hours here and give you the breakdown on that tomorrow. So if you enjoy and you want more shotgun content, definitely subscribe to the channel. Drop a like if you would. It'd really help me out. And leave a comment down below. What do you guys think about the shotguns in this game? Are they a little too underpowered? Is the SA12 too overpowered? Let me know down in the comments. I think they're both pretty underpowered, especially compared to previous Call of Duty games, but it's kind of how they're supposed to be.